Hello there, world of tankers, and welcome to the channel. I'm your host, Adroodles Blitz, and in today's video, I'll be playing in the Mauchsen. This is a tier 10 German tech tree super heavy, and it is one of my favorite tanks in the game for one major reason, and that is the fact that it has a ridiculous amount of hit points. This vehicle features sandbags, and when you add that to improved assembly, which is 6% extra HP, you are sitting at 2,760 effective hit points. 2,760. That is more HP than the majority of tier 10 heavies. Even the super heavies, like a VK72 with sandbags, get up to around the same hit points if you're running improved. That is insane. And it shows just where the Mauchsen is kind of crazy. Not to mention, this vehicle has the same penetration as the Mauchsen in tier 10. It has solid DPM. It has pretty good alpha damage at 460. This is not a tank to be messed with. And because of that, I find it an absolute blast. And the best thing to remember is that this vehicle can fight tier 8s, which we are currently. And judging that the average tier 8 heavy has around 1,900 to 2,000 hit points and only deals, 400 to 300 damage per shot, this thing is an absolute menace. We are actually on probably the perfect map for a Mauchsen, to be completely real. I've also put, the ugliest camo I could on this tank. I don't know why, just thought it looked weird on this vehicle, and I needed some tank to put this camo on. It actually kind of looks cool on the Type 68, though. Alright, so let's make our way into the front line. Now, you do have to make sacrifices if you're running double sandbags, so I'm only running a large food. It was either large food or fuel, and I figured out that food is more important, and that right there is one of the major reasons why you actually want to hit your shots. Now, the best thing about this tank is even if we do get penned, we got hatched there, we have so much HP that it really doesn't make much of a difference. Like, this 7.52 is going to aim in. Oh, actually, no. Just the TNH we're going to get an easy pen into. But, we already have 1,000 more HP than that TNH, even though he penned us earlier. It doesn't really matter what happens to you. That's the funny part. And as I said, because this gun is actually pretty good, we just easily win these trades all day. And that's what the Mauchsen does such a good job at, is just out-trading its opponents. You poke, you trade, you win every single time. So there you go, another shot into the TNH. We still have 1,700 health left in this situation. He has 600 health left. I don't really think bro's doing too well in this situation right now. We're going to aim it on the TNH, and there you go. 434. We are getting hatched a lot, though. You'll notice that is the major weakness of this tank. It's kind of annoying, too, because, it's not a weakness you can do anything about. It's just get hatched, right? Alright, so we got the IS-8 in front. Bonk, there you go. We get hatched again, but I can't tell if that was an HE or just a low-rolling APCR. I would guess a low-rolling APCR shell from that T-30, but not that big of a deal, to be honest. We're just going to see if we can get a pen into the IS-8 here. There you go. Nice shot. IS-8 is dead. We are up to 3,200 damage already. We really haven't bled any of our HP that we still need to use. Wonder if we can hit the Yag Panther here at all. No. He's perfectly... Oh, if he had poked that, I would have been able to hit him. Oh, wait a sec. Nah, he's not going to go back. Alright, let's just see if we can get a shell into the T-30 at this point. I mean, I don't really care about the T-30, so I'm just going to go for it. Come here, good sir. I would like to play with you. Alright, let's keep on going. Let's keep on going. He's going to hatch me. Don't really care, to be honest. Let's finish off the Yag Panther. There you go. Pretty good stuff. We have the ISU, and we might die, especially because my Type 68 just backed in front of me, so that might kill me, but nope, we actually out-reload that player and get the clear. Alright, let's chill right here. ISU might try and hatch us. He does! Apparently, every single player hits that hatch. I mean, what the heck, bro? Oh, well. That is, as I said, the one downside of the Mauchsen, is that it does have that hatch. But it's not that big of a deal, because it's only a weak spot when you poke. And, as I said, as long as you're trading with your opponents, you're usually going to win. I mean, this was a very easy victory. And even though we did get penned almost every single time we did poke, even from a T-30 and everything else, guess what? We did 3,700 damage. We still blocked 1,000. That means our effective hit points were close to 3,800 that battle. I mean, that is insane when you think about it. It's truly ridiculous how much HP you have in this tank. And because you have a hard-hitting gun, even if you do get shot for 400 every time you poke, you're still easily going to deal 3,000 damage by the time you die. It's a little stupid. Well, we got another tier 8 match, but not necessarily a great map for a tier 8 matchup. This is Faust, which involves a lot of driving, and they have a lot of mediums. T-49s, they've got M46 Patton E50. Not really ideal, to be completely honest, but we'll see what happens here. The good news is that mediums will obviously have a harder time penning this vehicle, but they will also have a much easier time using their mobility to get around us, so we'll see what happens here. We got a K91, we got a lot of strong tanks, so, I mean, we should have a pretty solid chance at winning this battle. I thought for a moment our T-34 was going alone over towards the other side of the map, but looks like he used his brain and is now making his way over towards the rest of the team. Okay, well, our Titan 54D is spotted, so is our RAAC, so their team is definitely going over towards this side of the map, which is good, and, yeah, no, it's good. I was going to say and bad, but no, it's just good, because there's no way I'm going to the other flank, obviously, in this vehicle. Let's aim it on the E50, and... aw, unfortunate. Went onto the roof of the E50, the only spot we could not pen him. Alright, well, we got the M46 down low, and, let's see. Aiming in, and a bonk. There you go. 490 shot a Rooney into his vehicle. That just, it's so nice to roll somebody for 490 damage. I mean, the Patton's already screwed anyway. He's getting clipped. He's getting absolutely badonkered here. Let's see. We got the elephant in front, and that elephant knows he cannot fight me. Alright, well, I'm just going to keep on making my way through. If the enemy tunnels me, that's fine, because that's what the whole point of this vehicle is. I mean, if I die, it's my sins for the team. So let's just make our way up. Alright, and here we go. Hello, Mr. Elephant. There you go. 524. I mean, this tank just hits so hard. It really does. 460 alpha on this vehicle is really, really nasty. And there's really just not many good ways of countering it. Elephant shoots at our hatch. He's dead. The elephant really does need more armor. It's a pretty big downside of the tank. Is this T-34 just gonna... yeah, alright, bruh. Get out of my way! I hate when people, like, stop in front of me. Especially, like, are you really gonna think you're gonna get that T-49? Alright, well, we got the Scepter off to the side. And, Scepter's... I don't know. This is the one issue with super heavies, is when your team just gets an absolute steamroll, there's not much you can really do. But we did get a nice roll into that Scepter of 550, finishing him off. We've actually dealt over 2,000 damage, which is a surprisingly solid amount. Ah, yes, the skilled Caliban player going to the opposite side of the map and screwing his entire team. To be fair, it's a Caliban. It's not like it would have changed the results of this game, but I always find it funny when you have these people that are so oblivious to where their team's going that they'll go to the complete opposite side of the map. And those are usually the same players that then complain their team didn't support them when they get YOLO'd and die. Well, this was a pretty mediocre game. We actually did 2,000 damage, which is rather surprising, but this was an absolute steamroll. Our tank really did nothing to change the course of this battle. So let's do one more game in the Mauchsen and see if we can keep on going. Alrighty, we got another Tier 8 match. The reason we're getting so many Tier 8 matches is because I haven't played this tank yet on the press account. So we are being matched up with equal tier matchmaking for the first couple games, as usual. So it's kind of nice, and it does actually showcase where the Mauchsen is kind of a bully. But I don't mind fighting tier 10s in this tank, and that's mainly down to the fact that there's more hit points in tier 10 matches, so you can usually deal a bit more damage. You saw just how fast that game fell apart when we went up against tier 8s, and that's usually what happens a lot of tier 8 games when you're in a tier 9. It does feel pretty empowering, though, when you're able to just kind of not care about hit points and anything. I mean, it's pretty dang fun. So we are making our way up the mid flank. If the enemy goes heavy route, we're kind of screwed, I'm going to be honest, because, I mean, what am I going to do? But there's not much that's in my power against that. We are not fast enough to take any other route into the front line, but as we can see, 4 tanks have now been spotted driving over towards that flank. The tank destroyers they have are an AMX and another AMX. They got 2 Franche vehicles. Got the Borask in the back, and we're just going to drive right here. Hello, Mr. Borask. How you doing? Unfortunately, he's doing pretty well, because our gun did not want to support us there. Type 68 shoots. Alright, well, let's just drive up and over. Hello. Let's shoot the FE301, as that is the bigger of threats. What shot us there? 504? I actually don't know what hit us for 500. The good news is that we are so tall, we need to shoot right over this little berm here. Oh, well, my reload was a little longer than I thought it was going to be, but still pretty good. The 7.52 is trying to tunnel us. I'm not really sure what bro is doing, but I don't really care. This is where the solid gun, though, on this vehicle actually feels pretty dang good. I mean, ooh. Oh, 535 juicer. That was even a low roll, but we still got a pretty solid amount off that AMX there. I don't know. Oh, the CDA's dead. That's why. I was like, I don't know where the CDA is. Yeah, he's pushing up daisies somewhere in the spawn. I want to shoot that 7.52. There you go, right into the track wheel. Nice. This vehicle's reload is pretty long, and because of that, you don't realize how long it is. I'm trying to shoot these shells before I actually have the shot. That's what's causing me to like miss a teeny bit. It's also, though, my gun depression's kind of wonky here. But there you go. Nice shot into the Type 68. At this point, it doesn't really matter what I do. I mean, we've literally just been sitting here farming the enemy out. And, yeah, it's kind of free. We can't HE the Type. That's one of the things that I always hate about the Japanese heavies, is that they are so hard to HE. But, hey, a 300 damage ram into his vehicle is pretty solid, if you ask me. So I can't get all too disappointed. The boss Shotzion Baraska has been fighting that 7.52 for the entire game, and it doesn't seem like he's actually done anything to him. But another very easy win. Shows just how easy it is to do well in the Mauchsen. As I said, I personally love playing in this vehicle. I think it's an absolute bop, and it is pretty dang easy to actually do well in. I mean, it's just such a stupid tank. With the amount of hit points you have, you don't care. I mean, you're literally just like, oh, anyway. Alright, well, we got the Barask, who is running away, and while we are not... Oh, well, I was going to say while we're not very fast, we're going to be able to clear him. However, it looks like our 7.52 is able to get the reload out first. Pretty solid games, though. Overall, 3 wins, and this one was over 3,000 damage. It didn't look like we did that much, but yeah, we did a lot. And that's what's always pretty easy to do in these tanks. I'm actually running Kali with Rammer. You have upwards of 2,200 DPM, which is pretty on par with the other Tier 9 heavies. But, yeah, Rammer probably would have helped me that game. I just didn't think it was necessary. Either way, pretty solid results overall. Let me know what you guys think about the Mauchsen in the comments down below. Do you like this tank? Do you think it's pretty poor? I think it's an absolute beast, and I know there's people that struggle in it, but I don't know. I just love playing in this vehicle. Overall, I got 4 vehicles playing this tank today with 2,900 average, and I've won every game. So, absolute bop. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.